The summer months are typically bankrupt when it comes to hot new game releases. These companies think everybody is too busy surfing and waving at all the cute beach boys and beach girls to play video games, but Nintendo knows better, and they're coming through in the clutch delivering a pretty darn solid Switch summer lineup. That's why today we are counting down the 5 must-own games for the Switch in summer 17. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. Jake and Gabe are here. We're sipping some lemonade and going through the list of awesome releases for probably the best summer system.
We all have our sunglasses on. We are all on the prowl for more stock for the Switch because we know that these stores are getting more and more as the days roll on, and it is a perfect time to just sit here and while we are drinking whatever you said we were drinking, I forgot what it was.
Lemonade?
Lemonade. So while we drink our lemonade, yeah, it's a good time to round up 5 games that we think are going to be great for the summer.
And I think this first one is perfect. It's got the whole squirt gun, water fight, water balloon feel to it. So, Zach, kick us off.
I will kick you right off, and I will also let you know that summer runs June 21st to September 22nd, so these games had to fall within that time period. And so the first on our list, probably the tentpole release, is Splatoon 2 hitting on July 21st. These are coming in chronological order, and this one is coming real fast. You will barely have time to ride a wave before Splatoon 2 gets here, and it is chock full of content. The latest direct showed us that this really is a sequel packed in with things to do in the competitive space, in the cooperative space, and in the single-player space. They've upped the ante in terms of gear, in terms of special weapons, and in terms of variety with the new Salmon Run mode that looks to be absolutely epic. They have refined the online, and it introduces that Nintendo Switch Online app, which will be interesting to check out as well. But the first game was absolutely fantastic, one of the defining releases for the Wii U and Nintendo's efforts to branch out into new IP and new genres. And I think Splatoon 2 is going to do wonders for the Switch, bringing an FPS-style game, a third-person shooter-style game to the Switch, and one that really prioritizes awesome, epic online battles with an underrated single-player campaign. So I feel like this is absolutely a must-buy, and it is coming quick. Plus, there is a demo July 15th if you want to get in on the action and see what Splatoon 2 is all about. They have a Splatfest running Saturday, July 15th, which is just a few days away.
And don't forget, boys and girls, make the right choice. Ice cream is the way to go for this first Splatfest. Let's make it a memorable one. Let's make sure the correct side wins. Those cake lovers, they do not stand a chance.
Absolutely. Next up, in the summer window,
we have. We had a perfect segue is what we had earlier when you said like about it's coming so fast. Sonic Mania, the smaller of the 2 Sonic games coming, but this one, in my opinion, is going to be the one to look be looking towards. I wasn't gonna make a pun.
Look out for.
Yeah, I was gonna try to make a pun that didn't connect, but whatever. $20, Sonic Mania, coming to Switch. It's cool. It's really, really cool. We played a couple of levels of it during E3. You have your co-op action, except that, Tails gets lost sometimes because Tails is nowhere near as fast as Sonic. But made by a team of like modders at first, and then Sega brought them on and said, hey, let's just make this an official thing. And the release date is August 15th. The release price, $20. I think that's a perfect price for a traditional Sonic game like this. It's still a side-scroller. And if you're one of those people that say, hey, Sonic used to be like really cool back in the day, but I don't like the new stuff that they're doing, this is going to be a perfect one for you.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely a great summer title. I think it's got that nostalgic flair, plus some new. We got a chance to play one of those new worlds at E3, and it was a lot of fun. There were some interesting elements that showed how, like you mentioned, the modder team and the Sonic team work to bring in some of these ideas that were left on the cutting room floor and to innovate something that is old and make it new again.
I think the most important part of that is the price of $20 is a nice little pickup for you in the summer months. Going along with that, now we have another big Mario title coming from Ubisoft. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle comes out on Tuesday, August 29th, and this is a very... it came low in the radar at first, and I think E3 hypes it up quite a bit with Ubisoft starting off their presentation with it, and it is Mario starring in an RPG with the Rabbids, and I feel like this is also a good summer game because in those moments when you need a little break from the sun, you come inside, you do a couple Rabbids battles, and then you go back outside. And there's also the collector's edition, which has the Rabbid Mario statue, the soundtrack, and some collectible cards. If you are really into it, I'm very excited to see what other crossover creation Spawny creates with his anxiety-driven crossover madness. But yeah, another great game to look forward to.
This is the one on the list that I am the most excited for. This is the most excited game I am for the summer period. And other platforms do have very, very big games, but something about this game clicked with me. Like the combination of the XCOM style combat, which is the charm of Mario and I guess the Rabbids, even though I'm not traditionally a fan of them. I really liked what I played. I actually believe that this is going to be way more of a hardcore game than we think. And we have proof of that now just with all the stats that have been shown in the trailers. But I think that the sections that we played at E3 were easy, but there will be more difficult stuff in the game, hopefully. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a nice sort of gap filler between Splatoon 2 and Mario Odyssey, delivering something unique and awesome and third party, which is a big deal. It does utilize the Mario characters, but it still qualifies as a third party game. And like you mentioned, Gabe, my only concern is that difficulty and how that curve ends up playing out. I have my hopes up. I've got my fingers crossed. Little nervous. What we played at E3 was really good, but also really easy. So hopefully they can tune that just right and deliver a summer standout, because it does fit into that great style of game that has depth, but can be played in a nice bite-sized chunk, which would be really, really fun in late August.
Speaking of third party, September 19th marks NBA 2K18 coming to the Switch. The first, real, quote-unquote, sports game coming to the Switch. We do have NBA Playgrounds, but if you don't want to count that, this is... has full parity with the other platform releases. Obviously not visual, but you are going to be able to have my career mode. All the online stuff is going to be there. Literally everything that is in the full PS4 and Xbox One versions will be in the Switch version, so I'm excited for that. I'm also excited just to see how it looks like running in handheld mode, because we haven't seen that. We haven't really seen much gameplay at all. This game is a big mystery. We have indications that Nintendo has some faith in it, because they sent out those packages some time back. So NBA 2K is a franchise that I've liked for a very long time. I'm recently getting back into it in preparation for this, but I can't wait to start my career, make my point guard be way taller than every other point guard, kind of cheese it and cheat a little bit. But this is another one I'm excited for.
Yeah, I think it's a really important title for Switch. It's one of the first games they showed off in that initial reveal trailer, and it is a big game going portable for the first time ever. So being able to bring something of this caliber on the go is reminiscent of when people are so hyped to bring a Zelda, full-blown big Zelda on the go with them. And I think 2K's commitment has existed from the start, so seeing how well they're able to execute one of their top-tier titles on the Switch will be really informative for us as fans, and probably for other third parties as well. And how it performs, I think will be a good measure going forward, as this is probably the biggest third-party game to hit the Switch in 2017, and one that has a very large fan following and a big audience. Plus, with all of the crazy trades that have gone down in free agency, I feel like NBA 2K18 is going to be very exciting just for all the team mix-up. Having CP3 over there at Houston, who knows what happens to Carmelo, mixing up the Timberwolves and making them contenders. It should be a really fun NBA game when it hits the Switch
and
date on September 19th.
Before you go, we cannot talk about this without me mentioning this. This is the only time I can ever make the Knicks look good. The only time.
Yeah, they sure are doing themselves aren't doing themselves any favors this summer. But one game that I hope does us a favor and hits the summer window. It's currently slated for a late summer / early fall release, but I'm hoping it hits summer, is Steamworld Dig 2. If you haven't played any of the earlier Steamworld games, they are phenomenal. Steamworld Dig 1 and Steamworld Heist are available on Nintendo platforms. They are excellent games, some of the best, I think, indie games out there. I feel like Image and Form Games just nails the entire package, the presentation, the difficulty, the mechanics, the style. It's really just, that's a great studio over there. And Steamworld Dig 2 is coming out first on Switch, and it'll see a couple days later release on other platforms, but Switch will get that first release, which is nice. And this is a dig down to the ground, find a bunch of stuff, bring it back up, upgrade your character, get even farther. So it's like a platformer with a little bit of roguelike type elements and exploration elements, side scroller, but I think it's in a tier above a lot of the indie fare that we see. It's a really well done, and all the games from Origin Forum have gotten excellent reviews. They've all played well on Nintendo systems, so I'm really hoping that this one hits soon. I've seen some people get their chance to play a little bit of it, and really good remarks out of that. It looks gorgeous, and I cannot wait. Personally, outside of Splatoon 2, this is probably the one I'm most excited for, and no specific date, but fingers crossed that they're able to hit their late summer release window. So that is our list of our top 5 must-own Switch games for the summer. You've got Splatoon 2 on July 21st, bringing Squid and Kid action, multiplayer awesomeness. You've got Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania. All right. So that is going to do it for our list of the top 5 must-own Switch games for summer 2017. You've got Splatoon 2 releasing on July 21st, bringing that awesome Squid and Kid multiplayer madness to the console. You've got Sonic Mania hitting at the budget price of $20 on August 15th. You've got Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle bringing in a unique crossover and that tactical RPG action on August 29th. You've got NBA 2K18 bringing a huge third-party hit to the console on September 19th, and then you have the indie juggernaut that is Steamworld Dig 2, hopefully hitting before we reach the end of this season. Let us know which summer game you are most excited for, and if there's something that we missed, definitely tell us in the comments down below and why you're excited for that title. We're curious to see what you're going to be playing on Switch this summer. I know I'll be playing Splatoon, Jake is going to be playing a lot of Rabbids, and Gabe is going to be playing a lot of NBA, but let us know your top picks and what you think of our list. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped for the Switch's summer lineup. And until next time, for myself, Jake, and Gabe, Switch Force out.